Hello, everybody. This is Gloria Bella, and I am the founder of the project Single Mom Power. And we are helping single moms raise awareness in order to be financially free so that they can have the freedom to take care of themselves and their family as well. So we know how hard it is to be in that position. I've never been in that position. I'm just so glad I'm not in that position. But obviously, there are some people who have been in that situation, and we want to help them. So today, I am fortunate to have a very special guest who happens to have been a single mom before, and she can relate to the situation. And her name is Dr. Gwen, and she is an international speaker, a breakthrough performance expert, and an author who has written the book Single Moms from Striving to Thriving 101 Success Tips. She loves helping women to be clear about their lives, to break through self limiting beliefs, to get what they want in life, work, or relationships. She empowers women to discover their top five passions and provides resources to help them identify work that aligns with their passion. Dr. Gwen has been an educator and an executive leader in the public school systems as well as head of Department of Education at the university level in the past. Throughout her career, she has coach hundreds of professionals, including teachers, to achieve breakthrough performance in their careers. She believes that no matter what challenges you are having now, you can break through to achieve your dreams. She is the host of the Dr. Gwen podcast show on iTunes and does a series empowering reflection live on Facebook every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to empower women. So there you have it. Let's all welcome Dr. Gwen. Hello, Dr. Gwen.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me. It's really great to be here and to be a part of this project.
Awesome.
So thanks for having me.
Of course. So, Dr. Gwen, can you tell us more about your background and what do you do in order to help women be empowered?
So as you read, I love empowering women to achieve clarity in their lives. And by clarity, I mean that a lot of times women are not certain about the path that they need to take. And that could be women, whether they're moms or whether they're in relationships that are not working or whether they're professional women. And they are not clear about what it is that they need to be doing because what they're doing is not fulfilling them. And so they may start looking for other things to do. I know I found myself in that situation years ago as a professional. It wasn't that I did not like what I was doing, but I felt like having achieved all of the goals that I had set for myself, that there was still something missing. And that missing piece, I was a little bit hesitant to step out because I did step out to start something that was new that I thought would fulfill me. And this is what a lot of women do. They may jump and start a business or take on a career or a task because they think A, it's going to make them money, or B, they may end up liking it, only to find that once they have invested their time and sometimes money, that it's something that's not fulfilling for them. And so they begin to struggle with that. And that's what I did, and discovered that what I had thought that would fulfill me was not really it. And so it brings me back to helping them to be clear about what it is that they want, and then empowering them to take those steps that are needed to get to where they want to get to. So that's really what I do now. So I empower women to build their self-confidence, their self-sufficiency, and to break through the self-limitations that stop them from moving forward to achieve whatever it is that they have on their plate to achieve. So that's what I do.
Okay, so can you tell us what are some of the preparations that the single mother would need before even jumping into starting a business?
The main thing is clarity, really knowing what you are going to do and why. As I said before, you can start a business or a career and end up hating it. So, being connected with your passions, first of all, is a big piece. And even more important than that is the mindset preparation that it requires to step out to take on this particular role. Because starting a business it's fun, and it also has challenges. There will be times when challenges will come. And if you don't have the right mindset to help you to move through those challenges when they do come, then you're going to find yourself frustrated, completely stressed out, and probably quitting. And then you have to know why. What is that deep seated reason why you want to do this? And a lot of times that why needs to be tied in with your passion, what you truly, truly love from the depths of your heart. So that mindset is a big piece, and the clarity in terms of knowing what it is that you want to do and why is, I believe, the very first thing that women need to consider before they jump to starting a business.
Yeah. So it's not just like, oh, because like, I want to earn a lot of money. So it's not enough reason.
You know
So,
what? There are a lot of people making a lot of money who are unhappy. See, the peace with the clarity and the passion brings in that happiness and that fulfillment. Because you can make a lot of money. There are a lot of people who are doing very well financially, and yet they're miserable. Why is that? Because they haven't found that reason, that core cause, that core reason for why they are existing right now. And until they find and tap into that, they'll continue to be miserable making a lot of money. So, people who don't have the money think that getting the money will bring the happiness. And those who have the money and are unhappy are searching for other things. And I would dare say that the thing that would cause them to feel connected and fulfilled is tapping in to what they truly love.
that really makes a lot of sense. So, would you be able to walk us through how can one actually discover her true passion?
Okay, so I'm going to give you a few steps, but I also want to say that when I do the passion test with people, that is a 2 hour minimum activity, 2 to 4 hours, depending on whether it's one-on-one or whether it's in a seminar, which I
Mm-hmm.
do provide both, and or online. So the intensive passion test, and I feel a need to clarify that when you are identifying your passions, it's really important to know what are you passionate about for your whole life, not just work, but in your relationships. What do you like to do when you hang out? What do you like to do when you're just having hours in the day and you want to spend it doing something that is interesting for you? So that's what the passion test allows you to cover the whole gamut. However, though, what I'm going to do here is provide a few questions for people to start looking at the work that they love. And this one is specifically work. And I think at one point when we all came here, we knew exactly what it was that we wanted to do. We did. And we went to school, we took on the learning, we took on the direction of the educational system. Some of us plugged ourselves into that system, and our limitations became evident when we had to select from a list of subject areas or majors that were provided at the university level for us to pursue. So we look through the list and we go, I don't think I want to do that one. I don't think I want to do that one. I think I'll do this one. Very few people come into the learning arena saying, I love this, and I am going to find the school or the area that I want to focus my love on and then pursue it. And many of us come in here saying, Mom says, this is the major I need to follow. But everyone has inside of him or her the thing that he or she loves to do. And at one point, they had it if they don't know what it is now. So it's a matter of tapping inside of your inner workings, your inner being, to find what that is. So, how do you get there? Oh, the first thing that I ask people to do when they're trying to find their work passions, and this is not the passions in their life, which you can help people. I help people come up with the top five. First thing I ask them to do is to really make a list. Start thinking about those things that you absolutely think you love to do. And that's not just it. Think about the stuff you love to do. If you have a job right now, what areas of that job do you really love to do? Ask yourself these questions as you write the answers down. Is there a certain thing or a certain area in life that really, really gets you excited? Is there something you're passionate about? Is there something that you absolutely hate? Like, I despise the maltreatment of the underdog. So I'm always an advocate for people who I feel don't have the opportunity to make the grade that they need to make in life. So I'm continuously on guard about that, which is my whole passion about working with women and empowering them, and even starting my nonprofit organization to help single homeless moms. That all started out of that passion. So you can actually find a passion based on something that you despise. Just turn it around to do the positive of what that negative is. So, what are some things in society that really make you angry, that really aggravate you, that you really want to see a change to? And now you can use that thing to be a springboard for you to begin to take action. Even as a kid, what are some things you love to do as a child that you dreamt of doing as a child that now you feel like you've lost the excuse me, you've lost the connection to, and you really would like to get back to? What are those questions? Excuse me. And in general, what are some things in life that really make you happy, ecstatic, that you lose time for? That when you're doing it, it's almost like time stands still. And those are some questions that I encourage people to ask. Then I also want people to go out and to ask questions of the people who know them. Ask them, what am I good at? What do you think I am good at? And 3 to 5 people is probably a reasonable number to start with. And when you're taking notes, listen for the commonality in those requests or in those responses. Listen for the things that they are saying that match up across different people. And you're also going to make sure that you're tapping inside of you to really process how that is landing over here. The thing you don't want to do is to go off and ask people about their opinions of what you should be doing and not really measuring it against your own inner workings. Because you see, and Steve Jobs says this very perfectly, that finding your passion is something that you should continue to pursue. And it is a matter of the heart. It is heart work. It is not thinking work. So you've got to disconnect from here and connect inside, internally, to see what emotions are generated when I am involved in doing this thing. Because you see, if you are sad or if you're happy, how do you measure those? How do you measure those? Well, I'm assuming the response is that you measure them based on how you're feeling. So you've got to make sure that you understand, when I'm doing this, do I feel yucky? Do I feel sick? Do I feel horrible? Or does it exhilarate me? Does it uplift me? Then there are a few more steps that I have people go through after they ask these questions. Now you're going to look at the skills that you have and the training that you have and your experiences. And I've created something called the Magic Money Matrix. Now, that one is hard to explain, but people can reach out. I could probably leave a link at the end of this for them to reach out and to download the ebook that will give them all that I'm saying right now, including the working exercises that will help them to work through to figure it out using the Magic Money Matrix. But here's how it works. You list all of your things that you love, your passions down one side, and list all of your experiences, your skills, your training across the top. And now, in the intersection of each one of those, you're thinking about challenges that people are having in life that you can address with your skills, your talents, your experiences, and your passions. And that's really how that works. So once you go through the process of writing in that intersection, now it's a matter of prioritizing which one you're more passionate about. So all of this is good, and it's a lot of information that I just said, and people can get a written copy of that for free at the website that I can leave a little later on if that is something that you would want me to do. I know that's a long response. It's not the whole of it, but I tell you, it certainly will give people an idea about living a passionate life. I want every single human being on this planet to identify and live their passion. And there's one thing I want to say about that, one last thing about that, and that is this, that you don't have to necessarily be working a business in your passion. Make sure whatever you're doing, you love. And if you have a job and you're working that job and it's tolerable and you feel like you don't want to run away from it, find some other way to express your passion in life. The research studies show that it lengthens your life, it increases the quality of your life, and it makes you happy. So that's not a nutshell, but that's basically how people can arrive at their passion. Of course, the passion test is a little more involved. As I said, it's 2 to 4 hours, but that should be a great place for people to start.
Yeah, I really appreciate what you have shared. I've even learned a lot of stuff. And maybe you were in the same position before. You were a single mother before as well. So maybe you can tell us, in order to prepare these single mothers once they start their own business and they have these responsibilities both at home and at work. So maybe you can tell us what are the challenges that might come up, or they should expect. And so do you have any suggestions on how to work out on these particular challenges so that it's going to be easier? I know that you have had that, and it will be great if you can share it.
Well, when I got my divorce, and actually, I would have to really truthfully say that even when I was married, I felt like I was a single mom because I really handled it all. And at that time, I had a 9 to 5 job. I did not have a business. However, I guess the situation would be similar when you're a mom, when you're handling it all on your own. You need strategies for organization. And this is where you can begin, especially if your kids are getting old enough and you have children who are school age children, you can double up on some of your responsibilities as a parent and some of their training to cause them to be more self sufficient and have leadership and initiative qualities as they grow older. So, one of the things that I did as a mom, because my job at that time when I was single, as a single mom or a married single mom, I was holding down a full-time leadership position, which was extremely busy. I was going to school, finishing up an advanced degree, and I had my kids, and I was able to be running them back and forth to every single event. I am proud to say that I have not missed one single event for my kids. And they were in everything. They were in music, they were in sports, they were science fairs, just everything. And that kind of activity and success level doesn't require supermom abilities. What it requires is you calling your kids and training them and supporting them. So, one of the things that we did, and this is outlined in my book, The Single Mom's 101 Success Tips. One of the things that I did was I had a responsibility chart that I assigned the children, and their names were on it, and all of the things that I wanted them to be trained in as young people growing up was on it. So, I would put some tasks on there that would help around the home. And even if you have kids that are very young, you can begin this process that's going to help them. What I see a lot of moms doing is taking on the role of doing everything all by themselves. Now, when the kids are younger, you probably don't have an option, but you have to learn to reach out and ask for help. Reach out and ask for help from friends. You maybe could exchange the favor. They could sit for you, babysit for you while you take care of some things around your home to bring about the organization, or you take care of some things in your business to bring about the organization, and you can return the favor. But this responsibility chart had my kids doing different tasks around the home. Some would stack the dishwasher. Everybody would be responsible for putting their clothes in the proper location. You don't have to have a big fancy house for this. Even if you have a box where, when you take your clothes off, put them in this box, and you assign different areas. When you play with your toys, before you get up and leave, put it here. And this way, there was a level of organization in my home that a lot of my friends marveled about, because they were wondering, how do you manage to keep the place so tidy when the kids are young? And there was a point too when it was chaotic, when they were really, really couldn't help me. And I can't say truthfully that everything was organized then, but once they were school aged, everybody had a role. So moms can use their kids' talents and gifts and train them at the same time, while having the children also support them so that they can be freed up to take care of some of the responsibilities. If you've got young kids, you've got to schedule it between naps. But every single thing is based solely upon you setting up your strategic goals and placing those goals in what I call a structure, which is your calendar. And that is what kept me sane more than anything else. Having everything in my calendar so I didn't have to think about anything and forget anything. So basically, that's probably an idea that would help a lot of moms out there.
Mm-hmm. So, do you have any further tips for moms who would like to start their own business and make it viable endeavor so that they can make it as a solid source of income?
I would say that the place to start is identifying what you want to do. Then once you identify that, then you can start some research. There are a lot of things that people can do in the online environment to make money. And some of these don't require huge investments up front unless you want to invest in learning the process. But if you're willing to roll up your sleeves and do a little bit of work, that is, build out your website yourself, learn how to create your landing pages. When I started, that's where I was. I had one of my daughters helping me to build my website while I took care of writing up the blogs. And so it was a family affair. And she still helps me to this day now, hosting the blogs or handling some of the things on the website that I need to do. Of course, also, she doesn't know about programming. So now I'd reach out to get support to do that. But you can start off with just a very small investment. You need to buy the domain from, I don't know where you do in the Philippines, but here, GoDaddy or HostGator or some other service. And then you have to get it hosted. And for under $100, I believe that you can get your website up and going. And now you have to know, if you work through that magic money matrix that I talked about, then you will have a plan of what service you want to offer. And now you can start from there, creating value, maybe creating some free download to create value. For example, if you want to work with women who are battered and abused, create a checklist of some things that these women could do to protect themselves or to get help, and then offer that as a free download to start while you continue to build out your business, build out products and services that will help them in the long run. Now, it is a lot of work, and this is why it's really important for you to be truly passionate about what you're doing. Having a deeper cause about what you are doing and why you're doing it sets the whole tone for you so that you can meet with more success. And once you do that, there are some additional strategies for marketing. You're going to have to market, or you can do some word of mouth stuff through friends and relationships to start to continue to build. But I believe in this day and age, if anyone who wants to start a business because of the internet age can do that, and can do that for a very nominal cost. It no longer requires hundreds of millions of dollars or millions or hundreds of thousands to start an online business. In fact, I don't know that it ever had, but it doesn't. Unlike the brick and mortar business where you're going to need to put out some investment and some capital up front, you don't need to do that when you're doing an online business.
Mm-hmm. So, would you tell us, Doctor, what is your offer? Because you were telling me before that you'd like to sponsor someone, and you are, willing to walk them through the process. Can you tell us how will anybody participate in that?
Okay, sure. Well, now, so I have an offer that I want to make to one special woman. And let me just outline the criteria here, because everybody's time is very valuable, right? And I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want that to be a waste of time, effort for me as well. But one person who has a strong desire to become something more than she is right now. She may be confused. She has a really positive outlook on life. She wants to really make a difference in this world, and she may be confused about how to do that. I would like people to if you are interested, what I will do is I will take on a free coaching client and take you from start to finish. That is, I will help you to discover your passions, work through those self limiting beliefs, and give you the resources that you need to start stepping forward in confidence and to start building an online business. So that is what I will do. Now, if you are interested, what I'm going to ask you to do is to send an email, and that email would be to info at thedrgwen.com. That is THEDRGWEN.com. Info at thedrgwen.com. In the subject line, put in there coaching angel. Coaching angel. And I will know what this is. And it is going to be an interview process. What I will do is to send you a link for you to uh, apply and complete an application that you will be considered for to be this particular client. So it is by application, and I'm looking for specific individuals. I will send out specific details in the email along with a link for you to complete the survey and to schedule to talk with me. So that's really the opportunity, and I'm really, really excited about providing this for one woman. And so if you are interested and you feel like you're a serious one who really want to make it, I'm not looking for people who are tire kickers or who just want to try something. And if you start something, you know you're going to quit it 2 minutes later. Don't apply if that's you. Even though I feel like I could work with you, however, not for this project. Okay? So that's what I want to offer.
Awesome. So you're so very generous, Dr. Gwen. So before we end, maybe you can tell us what are your current projects, and do you have any other final tips for single moms out there listening today?
So, well, I am actually writing a book right now, another book, and it's actually it should be coming out. Let me be a little optimistic, not too overly optimistic. Let's say by May. Way before that, maybe, but by May, I will have that book, and it's called Power: Why You Don't Have It, How to Get It. And that's going to be a book that I feel that will cause a lot of people to break through all the self limitations. And of course, it involves stories on my personal journey as well and how I got to where I have to get to. And of course, I do have online courses that I offer to people who want to go a certain route. The passion test is online. The breakthrough and produce self-confidence courses online. And I have a lot of free courses online, how to create your goals and set them up. I have like people who want to, like, for those who are going online, once they get to the point where they're starting to create their online course content, I actually show them how to record their screen and how to produce the product and all of those good and exciting things. And of course, I do offer coaching for women, and any woman who feels like she is stuck and powerless right now, talk with you. I would love to chat with you, show you what you need to do to get to where you need to get to. And the main website, am I allowed to do that? The main
Sure, sure,
website
sure.
is thedrgwen.com, THEDRGWEN.com, thedrgwen.com. So go there, you can look around. I'm updating some of the stuff on that website. However, nothing is old on there. So, if they go there, they'll be able to see. All right.
Awesome.
So awesome.
Do you have any final words of wisdom for our ladies?
I always do. And this is my final word of wisdom, ladies. No matter what you are going through right now, it doesn't matter how dark and deep it is and how it looks to you. You have the ability to surmount those challenges. And it all starts here. Do not allow yourself to be submerged under the darkness and the pain of your challenges. Always, every single day, look for the brighter side of your experiences, because those challenges that you're going through right now, though they are painful, and believe me, I've had some of those, they are those same challenges that is going to float your greatness to the surface so that you can be a benefit for someone else that's coming behind you. So never look at your challenges as pain, to stuff to go away. I know they're not pleasant, but look at them as growth opportunities for you to step into your power and surmount them. The quicker you surmount them, the less often they show up. If you don't conquer those challenges, they're going to keep coming back again and again. And so be powerful, my dear ladies, and just know that you are an amazing, amazing creation.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Gwen. You
I love it. Thank you for having me. And thank you.
all right.
It was
There you have
great
it,
being here
folks.
with you.
Enjoy.
Okay, sure.